What if Deku had rewind? Part 1. Now, I'm sorry if this video does get out late because it takes me a very long time to edit the videos with this new style I'm using. Now, Izuku and Eri are going to be brother and sister. Izuku was obviously born way before Eri, so I'd say Izuku's going to be around 8 when Eri is born. Now, you may be wondering, what does Izuku look like and who are his parents? His dad is going to be Eri's dad, and his mom's going to be his mom. And they're still going to have relation to the Yakuza leader. I can't really remember his name, but he was the leader before Overhaul. Now, Izuku has like the white Eri hair, and he also has the red eyes, and he has the horn, which he basically has the same exact quirk as Eri. Now, when Eri is about, I'd say 4, actually no, when Eri's around 3 years old, making Izuku 11, this is when she ends up killing her dad on accident. She rewinds him to the point where he's nothing. This is where Izuku catches his mom trying to abandon Eri. Izuku stops his mom, which she ends up kicking them out. Izuku goes to the Yakuza for help, or his supposedly, I'd say, granddad, and he ends up taking them in. But this is where Overhaul gets an obsession with both Izuku and Eri's quirk. Overhaul finds out about it, and this is right around the time he starts researching with quirks and how he thinks that they are a disease that started from rats. Now, this is when he proposes the idea to Izuku to eradicate all quirks, as it's Eri and his quirk that ended up destroying their family. Izuku obviously just does not want that to happen. Izuku immediately strikes down Overhaul's opinion and theory about what they could do and make an anti-quirk drug, which he strikes that down and says no. This is where Overhaul goes and tries to force it, where he goes to the Yakuza leader, which he ends up saying no, at that these are his grandchildren. Why would he want that to be used? Now, this is the part where Overhaul basically puts the leader into a permanent coma. That makes Overhaul take the position as leader. This is where he tries to forcefully take Eri. Izuku stops him, where Overhaul knew that Izuku would be in the way, so he tried to kill him. Izuku, I'm going to say, has a very, very good control over his quirk, to where if he just points at something, or if somebody tries to come in and hurt him, he can say no. He can just put his hand out in front of him and rewind that person. Like, he doesn't have to be touching them. That's how his quirk mutated into something way more powerful than what Eri has. So he ended up rewinding the person who ended up killing him to where their newborn child. Izuku ends up running to Eri's room to see Overhaul trying to take her. He rewinds Overhaul only to the point where he's Izuku's age. So they end up going into a battle, both of their quirks canceling out each other, where they're in a fist fight, each fist being blocked, as Izuku was trained, and so was Overhaul, to be good fighters. Each kick, each punch, blocked. Izuku ends up getting a lucky headbutt on Overhaul as he grabs Eri and starts to run out. Eri's obviously confused as she doesn't know anything that's happening. She almost activates her quirk, but Izuku just knocks her out to keep that from happening. Izuku ends up running to UA, which that's one of the only places he knows of, as they were pretty much just stuck in the underground base of the Yakuza and Overhaul's group. He jumps the fence or gate of UA, which causes the alarms to sound. The teachers run out, as this is in the middle of the day, class is in session, and I'm also going to say Izuku's very smart, as he always focused on training and studying, so he didn't have any problems with anything like that. He's probably like 3 grades above in his smarts. Now, he hops the fence as all the teachers rush out that weren't in a class. So they see this 11-year-old kid or a 12-year-old kid with a 4-year-old just sitting there after hopping the fence panting. As Aizawa walks up to them and says, "What are you doing here, kid? You just caused a lot of trouble, you know that." Zuko just looks at them and he says, "Sorry, Eraserhead, I was running away from Overhaul, the Yakuza leader. He tried to take my sister and kill me to make anti-quirk drugs." Which, this just makes them obviously shocked. They basically put Izuku and Eri under their protection. If Overhaul was able to get Eri and put her into this program to make anti-quirk drugs, this could absolutely destroy society. So they basically make dormitories for all the UA students, since it's going to be a lot more dangerous for them walking around when they are housing somebody wanted by a very powerful villain group. They end up making an extra room inside UA instead of a dormitory to make it even more safe, where Eri and Izuku are housed and fed. As basically Izuku and Izuku's training and learning, while Eri's also trying to figure out how to use her quirk. Now, I'd say right when Izuku's around 13 and they had to go out with the Aizawa protecting them, they had to go out to get groceries. Overhaul ends up coming in and taking Eri. Much to Izuku's dismay, he was able to kill both Overhaul's right hand men. He was able to kill them in his blind fit of rage as he just lost his sister. Izuku just doesn't know what to do. He just lost his sister. Now, this is around the point where All Might meets him, where Izuku is now 14. It's been 6 months since Eri has been taken. Now, Eri was taken when she was like 3. So 3 years, or in the normal timeline, she was taken when she was 3 or something like that. Where in 3 years, they got 5 quirk destroying bullets. So I'm going to say they're probably going to only have around 2 bullets when they meet again. Now, this is around the time the sludge villain incident happens. Izuku ends up saving Bakugo from sludge villain, or rewinding the sludge villain into a puddle, making sure not to hit Bakugo with it. Izuku doesn't know who Bakugo is. Remember, he's been stuck in UA and training with them this entire time, so he never met Bakugo. Now, this is where All Might asks Izuku to take his quirk. You guys voted, and Izuku, knowing that it could help him save his little sister, says yes. All Might checks Izuku's physical body to see that he's already a perfect fit for One for All. So that's when All Might gives his quirk right there, and also makes Izuku clean the beach, which he finishes in 5 months. Izuku is now very strong, as he probably can control 30% of One for All, meaning he can also control Black Whip. Izuku trained with Black Whip and One for All, so he now has a pretty good control over it. Now, around the time Eri got kidnapped, this is the time that Mirio went for his hero work study with Night Eye, where Night Eye was trying to find Eri and Overhaul, as I'm gonna say Night Eye and Izuku have a pretty good relationship. Night Eye thinks that Izuku's also a better fit for One for All than Mirio. Izuku, I'm going to say, is stronger than Mirio. That's basically what I'm going to say. He's not too overpowered, though. Now, when it's time for the entrance exams, Izuku ends up going and gets perfect on the written exam, also pointing out mistakes. Now, when it comes to the practical exam, they just pass him instantly. They want under other contestants or other people trying to get into UA to have a chance. They know Izuku won't give them a chance and just go all out, trying to get as many points as possible. So Izuku ends up passing the UA entrance exam very easily. After all that, on the first day, Izuku walks in to see Bakugo arguing with Ida. Izuku doesn't really care and goes and sits down. Oh, also please tell me who you guys want the ship to be. So go ahead and comment down below who you guys want the ship to be. Now, Izuku ends up going to sit down, not bothering, as he's primarily focused on just learning to save his sister. He's focused on saving his sister. He wants to save his sister. Now, Aizawa ends up making the whole class go out to do the first part, or to see if anyone should get expelled. He tosses a ball to Izuku and tells him to throw it. Izuku throws it using Black Whip and One for All to boost the strength of it, and it goes around 1,000 meters. Sawa's pretty impressed by this, but doesn't give it any mind. At the end of all the tests, Izuku's in first, and the two last place people are Toru Hagakure and Minoru Mineta. I don't know how to say it. Mineta and Toru. They end up getting expelled. They have pretty much no preference in the story besides Mineta being perverted, and Toru, you can't even tell, she's invisible. So, after this, they walk back, and it's now time for their hero class. Aizawa says that they're going to have a better hero class tomorrow, but they should use this time to design their costumes. Izuku's costume is just going to be something that he can move freely in. So I'm just going to say it's going to be a gi, which Izuku can move pretty well in. So I'm just going to put Izuku in a dark green and black gi with the symbol of, I'm just going to say, like, a symbol of a dragon, where, like, the Turtle Hermit's spot would be on, like, Goku's gi. So, once Izuku walks into hero class, All Might runs in saying, "I'm walking through the door like a normal person!" Everybody starts yelling and screaming how it's so cool to finally meet All Might, as All Might presses a button as their costumes come out. Izuku ends up going and gets changed as he walks back down, as All Might tells them that it's time to do heroes versus villains. Izuku is paired up with, who should he? Izuku's paired up with Suyu Asui, the frog girl. He's paired up with Suyu, I'm just gonna call her that. Since he's paired up with her, he's like, "Okay, Suyu," she says, "call me Sue," like she did on the USJ bus, as he's like, "Here's the plan. I haven't known Bakugo for a long time. I just met him today, or yesterday, just like everyone else, but I do know he's probably gonna try and go after the strongest one, which would be me. I want you to go try and find the bomb. Once you do, try to not make your presence known. If your presence is known, try and go straight for the bomb, dodging Ida. Since you can jump pretty high, I think it should be pretty easy." She says, yes, I think hero means ribbit in Japanese, but she just does think, alright, ribbit or something like that. Now, once he goes in, he immediately hears Bakugo yell, "Where are you, Izuku? Where are you, Izuku? I'm here to show you who's number one in this class." Bakugo's yelling this as he starts flying down the hallway to where Izuku just looks at him, punches him up with an uppercut as he wraps him around in Black Whip. I'm also going to say Izuku has the power to fast forward, since it wouldn't be really nice to have a baby Bakugo and not be able to fast forward. So, Izuku ends up rewinding Bakugo to the point where he's a baby. Once that happens, both the Frog Girl, or Asui, and Izuku end up finding their way to the bomb where Ida is.